want to thank you all for being here today. We're first going to start out with the Pledge of Allegiance, as we do for all of our meetings here in the city of Centreville. So if you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for being here today. We used to have this event in February, which oftentimes led to icy weather, cold weather, and we thought we'd move it to May, and this is exactly the day that we wanted in May. So thank you all for being here. Just very little bit of background. This is Centreville's 51st year as a city, and we appreciate all of you have played an important part in the success of Centreville. So we appreciate what you've done to make this a successful community, and the council, the city employees, the team at the City of Centreville appreciate all that you've done to make this a great city. I also want to thank Premier, Miami Valley Hospital South, for sponsoring the business breakfast this morning. Joanne and your team, thank you for being here. You know, Premier's mission over the years has been to improve the health of the communities they serve with others who share their commitment to provide high-quality, cost-effective, competitive health services. Joanne, and the commitment that Miami Valley has made, and Premier, you've lived your mission. Thank you, Joanne and Premier, for being here this morning and all you do for our community. And at this time, I'd like to call up Tony Miltenberger, who's the pastor at Restoration Church Centreville, for our invocation. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you. Will you guys pray with me? Most amazing and incredible God, we give you thanks for the beauty of this day. We give you thanks for our community. And Lord, we ask for your prayers over each and every one of the business leaders here this morning. We pray for courage. We pray for commitment. We pray for a sense of community that brings us all together. Bless this food. In Jesus' name, amen.
I just want to thank the staff here at Yankee Trace. As always, they do a tremendous job of putting on a banquet. Again, we appreciate you all being here this morning. I do want to introduce one of the aspects of being in local government, as we all know, is we want to have cooperative efforts with our other local governments because that's beneficial to all of us. So at this time, I'd like to, if I could, introduce a number of people that came from other governmental entities and who are our team members and our partners in the community. But I would ask that you stand up, but if we, just for sake of time today, don't applaud each one separately. We'll just do it all at the end, if that's okay. So. First, from the state of Ohio, from the governor's office, Sandra Brazington. Then from the lieutenant governor's office is Joshua Tovey. Josh is over there. From Montgomery County, we're very fortunate to have with us today a couple of the Montgomery County commissioners, Judy Dodge and Commissioner Carolyn Rice. We also have as head of environmental services here today, and that's a very important aspect of our county, Pat Turnbull, who's in charge of environmental services. Pat's right there. Dan Bish, who's a Community and Economic Development Director for Montgomery County, along with Pam Fanning, who's also with the Economic Development Department at Montgomery County. Pam's right there. We have from Sugar Creek Township, we have Barry Tiffany, who is a Township Administrator, and Carolyn DiStefani, who is a Township Trustee. We appreciate you both being here this morning. From Washington Township, another one of our partners, we have Dale Berry, Township Trustee, Sharon Lowry, also Township Trustee, Deputy Chief Bergman from the Fire Department. Then we have Darrell Wilson and Matt Haynes from the Sheriff's Department, who are with Washington Township. We have Kim Paris, the great Washington Centreville Library, is with us today, the Executive Director. Kevin Risner is also from Washington Centreville Library, is here today. Kevin, right over there. Arnie Biondo from Centreville, Washington Park District, another great partner of the City of Centreville. I know Arnie's here somewhere. But, then Dr. Tom Henderson from the City of Centreville Schools. Dr. Henderson, great job as always. I heard yesterday at the Noon Optimist meeting, Tom made a presentation, and I did not know that Tom, the previous school superintendent, had the only fog day that Centreville has ever had. So. Tom Henderson has not had one of those yet, but he did have water outage day, I think was the only one that he had. From the City of Centreville staff, I'd like them all to stand, particularly so you have an opportunity to see some of them. If you have any questions at the end, please come and talk to some of the staff. Wayne Davis, our city manager. Mariah Vogelsgang, assistant city manager. Scott Liberman, city attorney, city council. Holly Chrisman, who is our economic development director. Tyler Rourke, who is our finance director. Rory Garrity, who is human resources. Then we have Matt Brown, who's our chief of police. Also from the police department, Joe Levine, Lieutenant Joe Levine. Tyler Wilson, Lieutenant Tyler Wilson. Then Lieutenant Mike Yoder. And we have a fabulous police department, as you probably all know, but that's worth a round of applause for our police department. And a couple of the guys that you can thank for all the road work that's being done in the city of Centreville. Doug Spittler is our Public Works Director, and Jim Berniger, who is our city engineer. They're doing a terrific job. We also have Mary Lou Pence, who is our operations manager. Mary Lou's in the back. And this will be Mary Lou's last official business breakfast. She's retiring primarily to take care of a wedding in the family, if I'm correct. But Mary Lou's been with us for 30 years and a great employee of the city and a team member with the city of Centreville. Mark Yandrick, city planner. Then we have Laura Felicetta. Laura's up here as our events coordinator. Karen Andrews, clerk of council. And Holly Bricker, secretary to the city manager. All of them do a terrific job for the city of Centreville. Just want to introduce members of the city council also. Belinda Kenley, who is our deputy mayor. John Beals, city council member. John Palcher, city council member. And Bill Sayre, city council member. Thank you. I don't think I've missed anybody, but I think we got them all. We really appreciate you all being here today. It's an indication of the cooperative spirit that we have in this community that gets a lot of things done. So all of you, thanks very much for being part of that. At this time, it's my honor to introduce Joanne Ringer, who is the Chief Operating Officer at Miami Valley Hospital South. They are the sponsor today. And Joanne, thank you for being here and also being the sponsor.
Good morning, everyone. Wow, what a great attendance, and it's so nice to see everyone. I'm Joanne Ringer, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Miami Valley Hospital South. And thank you, Mayor, for having us here today and bringing all this team and wonderful people of Centreville together. It's indeed our pleasure as Premier Health and Miami Valley Hospital South to be the presenting sponsor, and we are absolutely thrilled to be here today and to celebrate the businesses here in the Centreville and surrounding area. At this time last year, I stood before you all and I was talking about all our rich history that we have here in Centreville and our commitment to the community and how we like to partner with the community. And I talked briefly about the projects that we were getting ready to undertake and the completion. Well, I'm proud to tell you all in December of 2018, we did complete a lot of work on our campus. And it's probably the number one question I always get when I'm out and about is, what the heck is going on out there? You guys always have construction going on. And honestly, it does feel like that we do, because there's many of us that have been there from the very beginning, and it seems like we just go from one thing to the next. And in the meantime, we are running a hospital at that same time. But it's exciting to be able to be into that situation, and certainly we have a dedicated group of employees. Many of our leaders are here today, and thank you. I can't thank them all enough for what they do every day, not only with these projects, but also creating that great experience for our patients and that high-quality care that we certainly are here to live up to. We also wanted to talk a little bit about things that we did open, just to let you know what is going on out there on that campus. So just to bring you up to date, in case those of you that don't know, we did open here at that site in 2007. So at the end of 2018, we added yet another expansion to our facility, and we added about another 200,000 square feet to what we would call kind of the backside of our campus there on the entrance off of Clio Road. And really, probably what I would like to say is it's anchored really by a joint and spine center, and we certainly are proud to have that there. We are very successful in the orthopedic business, and that business continues to grow on our campus, and it really became time that we really consolidate those services services and have the ability to expand. So we were able to expand really our sports medicine, sports performance. We've added pain services at that campus as well. Those services, actually, many of the rankings that we monitor are in the top 10% of the rankings that we see in the nation. So it certainly is something to be proud of. We've been very successful at it, and we certainly want to be able to offer this community that great service. So additional things that we did offer outside of the orthopedic business is we also expanded our emergency medicine services in our community. We are working towards a level 3 trauma designation in the community, and we will have our first visit coming up in July. And then we will move forward from there. So we'll be very excited to be able to offer that service. We did expand our cardiology services. We added a cath lab to that campus. We found it was probably one of the number one services that we were moving patients from our campus to the downtown Miami Valley Hospital campus, recognizing that people want to stay in the community. We added that service to our campus. Primary care services, we have continued to be able to just kind of blow the doors off that. A lot of people want to come to the campus, and we really found that we needed to have more capacity for our physicians on that campus to be able to see more patients. We did add 6 new operating ORs, operating rooms, to our campus as well. Really, that's a complement to the orthopedic services, but what we're finding is we are expanding now in many areas of surgical services, and thanks to our surgery team and the great work that they're doing in our community as well. As we've expanded and become more of a kind of what I'm going to say like a full-service hospital, we found we just needed to add some ancillary services. So as you enter in that area, you'll find we did add a gift shop, and we did add an interfaith chapel. We find that, those respite places that families need to go, we needed to be able to provide that for as well. So behind the campus, a lot of people say, now you got something else going on back there. What's that? Well, we do. On the backside of the Miami Valley Hospital South Campus, we announced, really, I guess late last year, about a partnership that we had formed with Ohio's Hospice of Dayton. And it's a new, what I'm going to say, kind of a new comprehensive approach to palliative care. It's going to be called Pure Healthcare. So when we announced this, we talk about where this kind of, how it fits into the continuum of care. And what I always say is there are a lot of patients that have chronic conditions that choose not to elect continued treatment for one reason or another. But they still want to have a quality of life, and families need support services. So what to me this does is this bridges the gap between acute care and before it really becomes home care and hospice care. This really gives these families and these patients that place to go while they're still ambulatory. They can come in, and it gives them more of what we always call in our world kind of a palliative care. So they will have a full complement of services. Those services will be offered by the Pure Healthcare team, but it will be located on our campus. And so we anticipate that building to be opening and those services to be available probably around the time frame of August and September. Ohio's Hospice is the one really kind of driving that opening and those services, so we're kind of at their mercy for that, but we are working with them to get that building built and to be able to bring those services. We're very excited to have those services on our campus as well. So another program that I did want to spend a few minutes and talk to you about, it's a community program. We're very proud of this program. We've been doing this program for a number of years, and it's a program called Project Search. Project Search is actually a 9-month internship program where individuals with developmental disabilities are fully immersed in our workplace at Miami Valley Hospital South, and they're learning vocational skills. And upon completion of that program, these Project Search interns are actually transitioned into competitive employment opportunities in our community. And I really wanted to bring that to attention because I do thank all of you that have been receptive to that and have taken these interns on as employees. This program is in collaboration. It's with Miami Valley Hospital South. It's with the Miami Valley Career Technology Center, Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities, and the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disabilities. And so we are excited. On May 20th of this year, our Project Search graduation will take place on our campus. I just wanted to let you know it is a very special program. The schools where these interns come from will be present, and there will be somebody there from all those area high schools to present them with their diplomas. It's a very special day for all of us. We have had a trend since we have opened that all of our interns do find jobs by the end of this internship, and we're very proud of that. I'm very proud to be able to work in the community and be able to provide the opportunities for these folks as well. I also wanted to take a minute to recognize our nurses. Last week, across the entire country, our nurses were celebrated, as well as all nurses across. But I did want to let you know that earlier this year, we were very proud to be announced that all premier hospitals had earned the magnet recognition from the American Nurses Credentialing Center. And what this really is it's a nationally recognized honor for nurses that have the highest standard of excellence in patient care. Only 8% of U.S. hospitals achieve this esteemed status, and it's for 4 years, and then will be resurveyed again. And there are actually only 20 health systems in the United States that have achieved this, and we are the only health system of the adult hospitals in the Dayton area that have this achievement. So we're very proud of the nursing and the care that we provide, and I can't honor them enough. Another that I also want to recognize is the police here in the Centreville area and all the services that you provide for us, as this is National Police Week as well. So thank you for that. We do depend on you for that, and you are always there for us. I can't tell you how many times I come by and see you all there, and we sincerely appreciate all that you do for us as well. We recognize patients have a choice when it comes to health care, and obviously the demand for our services on that campus have continued to grow and grow, and honestly, we are very humbled by that, but we certainly take that commitment very serious, and we are here to provide that high level of quality care and to our community for that, and we are very grateful for all of you for that. So thank you for that opportunity to be in this morning's breakfast and be involved in that. I just want to let you know that Miami Valley Hospital South and Premier Health, we do take our commitment to community seriously, and we are here to build healthier communities. And if there's anything ever that we can do for you, that's what we are here for. We want to be good partners, and we take that partnership very seriously. So thank you again for giving me the few minutes to speak to you today, and thank you, Mayor, for having us.
Thank you, Joanne. Premier Miami Valley Hospital South has been a great community partner. We appreciate all that you do. I'm also pleased today to welcome to Centreville a nationally recognized leader in education, an institution that has been improving lives in our area for over 130 years, Laura Mercer, who is the executive director at the Sinclair Centreville campus. Laura, if you'd come on up and tell us a little bit about what's going on. We are extremely excited to have Sinclair College in our community. Laura, thank you very much.
Thank you, and good morning. I'm really happy to be here. How many of you have either taken a class at Sinclair or have a family member that has taken a class at Sinclair? All right, that's kind of the reaction we get most of the places we go in terms of this college's reach into the community to serve all different kinds of needs. So thank you for being a part of Sinclair as well. So Sinclair is celebrating our 132nd year. And we started out by a gentleman by the name of David Sinclair, who was a Scottish immigrant who noticed on the street corners that there were men that were unemployed and hanging out there. And then he was talking to workers, and they had jobs that were open. So his credo was find the need and endeavor to meet it. So you will see that profusely around the college, and in fact it's on the wall in the new campus that's on Clio Road. And we continue to do that today. If you've seen in the news lately, Sinclair just was awarded the top vocational school in the nation by a third party. So. Thank you. That makes me very proud. I've been with the college for 30 years, so having watched us try to adapt programs and try to do our very best to find the need and endeavor to meet it, whether it's for an individual or a business or a community organization, we take that very seriously. So Sinclair today, we have over 28,000 students that are studying for college credit, and about 15,000 that come to us for workforce training that's typically shorter term and professionally oriented. We have over 270 degree and certificate programs, and more students choose Sinclair than any other college in the 8-county area. So more students come to us than Ohio State or Kent State or any of the colleges. This year was our biggest graduating class ever. We had nearly 5,500 graduates, and they earned close to 8,000 certificates. We have put a lot of effort into aligning our program so you can get a short-term certificate that leads to a certificate that leads to a degree program that then articulates to a transfer program at a four-year institution so that people can see a pathway that they can build upon with increasing workforce value with each one of those steps. Sinclair has a really long history of working with Centreville. So as you can see here, we have almost 11,000 Centreville students that are currently enrolled. So when you look at those numbers in terms of 28,000, we have a large population from the Centreville community that comes to us for education. Strange number, 2222, in terms of Centreville residents that have earned a degree or certificate over the last 10 years. We have a lot of high school students that are studying through things like College Credit Plus or that come to us afterwards with tech prep credits. So a lot of the high school students here get their start with us. And then we have several residents that obviously are working with us, which is great. And then this is kind of a cool number. This jumped a lot because I just updated the slides from last year, and the slide for the previous 10 years was $11 million in scholarships, and it's now $18 million in scholarships. We have a lot of community partners that help us do that. So, the Centreville Women's Civic Club is an organization that helps us with scholarships for Centreville residents. Bill's Donuts is a company that helps us with scholarships. So we're pleased to partner with you guys for those kinds of things. So Sinclair in Centreville, it's at 5800 Clio Road. It's directly across from Miami Valley South, and we just completed our first semester. So in September of last year, we bought the property in April. In September of last year, we pulled the trigger and said, okay, we're going to go. And in January, we opened for our first classes, and we served over 400 students last semester. We have the largest enrollment of any of our regionals for summer semester now, which is really significant because our other regionals have been around for 10 years. So this one it's a combination of being very well positioned, having a really supportive community with close ties, people seeing the value. We're seeing a lot of transient students, so a lot of the Centreville residents that are going to 4 years, they're coming home. Kids are going and taking some of their summer classes here so that they can get ahead and spend more time doing things that they want to do at their 4 years in the fall. We've got some specific program focuses at Centreville. So we pulled some of our information technology programs down there. So our cybersecurity, our computer networking, and our user support technology are all based there. Our cybersecurity program is really notable. It is a National Security Administration and Homeland Security Center of Academic Excellence. It's one of 4 in the state of Ohio, and it is the only community college to get that designation. So you get top quality instruction there in those areas. Health sciences certificates, the entry-level type allied health things, patient care tech, nurse aide, home health aide, those kinds of things people are taking now for the first time. We're offering the Intro to Nursing class, so we have a lot of our students that are getting starts there. And then we also have elementary education that we're not completely bringing down there, but this is another place that we're going to offer the full program. We've had a lot of students that are in the high schools that are coming through the tech prep paths and the College Credit Plus paths that want to study elementary education or early childhood. So we're bringing those programs down there. And then we have a ton of university courses that are, aligned to what students would need for transfer. So everything from math to English to the social sciences. We don't have any science labs yet in the building, but that will come as soon as the church is out. We're currently, we bought the property from Far Hills Community Church. They are currently a tenant. They've moved upstairs and then they use the auditorium as their sanctuary. They should be out the end of the year, the very beginning of next year, and then we'll have the full building. The building is actually close to 100,000 square feet on 40 acres of land. So we have a lot of community partnerships. So we hope to be able to, have space available for community and businesses to use there. The auditorium we can do now, but we hope to have some different size meeting rooms and those kinds of things. We also lease out our soccer fields to Club Ohio Soccer. So we have 8 to 18-year-old kids that are playing there on a regular basis. So that's kind of fun. A few other cool facts about Centreville. We're a full-service campus, so students can come there even if they're going to the Dayton campus or the Mason campus and do all of their student support stuff there. They can enroll there, they can do registration there, do financial aid. We do academic and placement testing. Sometimes we're even doing academic or placement testing for other schools. So we've had some students that are in this area that are going to school in Georgia or someplace, and they need to take a proctored test, so we can do those kinds of things there. We also have a lot of non-credit offerings. So if you've heard of our College for Lifelong Learning, it kind of has been focused on educating senior adults in different things. And the classes range everything from Tai Chi to yoga to stocks and bonds and those kinds of things, technology. We're kind of branding it a little bit different because a lot of these classes have an interest to anybody, not just senior adults, and I think that that's an enriching type environment, and the classes are aimed like that. So we're seeing more of that diversity in age at Centreville, and that's specifically what we were trying to do. Workforce development also does some offerings there. We do executive coaching. We have classes, for project management or real estate prep. We have a lot of leadership classes and coaching that happens there. And then we'll be doing increasingly more programs. I mean, we had 3 months for our first semester, and we're just starting our summer semester. We just started Monday. So we're continuing to grow in that in terms of our course offerings and our programs. We're trying to do a lot of cool community events. We just did a cybersecurity summit where we brought in a national speaker. Things that are up and coming, we're working with Fleet Graphics, who are here today, and we're doing a car show with them in July, so that will be pretty cool. We're going to highlight our automotive program and have a lot of community stuff, food trucks and those kinds of things. And then in August, we're looking at working with WYSO and doing something called Storycorps. So if any of you are NPR listeners, they do a project where they focus on a specific population and they collect stories. And the one that they're going to do here is veterans, which is fantastic for our area. So we're pretty excited about that. So we'll continue to try to do things like that that will bring value to the community. Most of those events are free. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Laura. That's a very exciting addition to the city of Centreville. I just wanted to mention we have Montgomery County is well represented today, and they've done a great job at working the cooperative relationships with the cities in our community and particularly with Centreville. Just wanted to mention, if I could, again, the economic development. And Holly works with this group of Pam Fanning. Pam is here. And I also wanted to mention Michael Norton-Smith and Dan Bish. I think they're all here. We really appreciate all that you do. Montgomery County has really stepped up their game in economic development, and that's a great department. So if you get a chance to talk to any of them, I know Holly works with them, so appreciate that very much, all that you do. Very honored to introduce Commissioner Judy Dodge. She's with us this morning. She gets to share what is an exciting new joint project with the city of Centreville and Montgomery County. Judy, thank you very much for being here.
Well, first of all, this is wonderful to be here, and I know you heard about Miami Valley, you've heard about Sinclair. Now you're going to hear about trash. So anyway, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you, Mayor. And on behalf of my fellow commissioner, Carolyn Rice, she just started in January, and I'll tell you, she's hit the ground running. She's running circles around Commissioner Lieberman and I, so thank you, Carolyn. This is great to be here today to talk about a great collaboration with Montgomery County and Centreville. Montgomery County has been awarded the Recycling Anti-Contamination Grant in the amount of $3,000 by the Ohio EPA and the Recycling Partnership for the City of Centreville. This grant is awarded to communities that remain actively engaged with their residents and both directly and indirectly improve the curbside recycling behavior of individuals. Now, we all know how important that is. Montgomery County is one of 6 districts in the state of Ohio to receive this grant, so we couldn't be more pleased, especially collaborating with Centreville. Now, this grant award will help implement a pilot education and outreach program in Centreville to reduce Contamination in Residential Curbside Recycling. Recycling programs have evolved over the past few years, and contamination is a big factor. With this recycling grant, Centreville will have an opportunity to educate its residents to understand what can and cannot be placed in their recycling bins. It will be great to see Centreville lead this charge. This project will begin this month in May and is expected to run, about 4 to 6 months. During the grant project, the Recycling Partnership will be coordinating and providing technical expertise, and upon the conclusion of the program, they will provide a toolkit of templates and best practices that will be available for any community in Montgomery County to utilize. The partnership will also provide items such as marketing materials and artwork and public outreach. You know, we're all very excited to see the results of this project, and we have very high hopes that many recycling programs in our local jurisdictions will implement the great ideas that spring from this project. I also want to take just a few moments, this opportunity, to tell you about some of the services provided by the Montgomery County Environmental Services. Pat Turnbull is here, so if you have any technical questions about recycling, ask him at the end of this program. But just in case you weren't aware, Environmental Services provides water and sewer services to approximately 80,000 customers, and solid waste and recycling services to over 525,000 citizens. The department offers educational outreach programs for local schools, communities, and businesses that want to learn more about conservation and sustainability in the Miami Valley region. In fact, any school, organization, or community group located in Montgomery County can schedule a presentation or tour to learn more about recycling, solid waste, drinking water, and wastewater systems in our Environmental Learning Center. And I have to tell you, I have toured this. You're going to be so surprised when you take a tour of this. This is unbelievable. And also you can tour our environmental lab and the wastewater treatment plants. They offer some great programming ideas. In addition to educational tours, the Montgomery County Environmental Services offers other services for residents and businesses, including educational contests in the schools to promote sustainability, neighborhood cleanup and beautification programs, recycling and of other grant programs, special events in partnership with our wonderful Dayton Dragons, and expert speakers who can come to your business and share valuable information with your employees. Now, to take advantage of this, please contact our environmental services. Pat Turnbull is here. He'll be glad to give you his direct phone number. So anyway, but we'd love to see you anytime. Again, thank you, and we're just so happy about this grant. I think it's just going to be a great collaboration with Montgomery County and Centreville. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Judy. We're really looking forward to that. Centreville recycles extremely well, do a really great job, so we're looking forward to adding to that. Again, I want to thank you for being here, and those who might have watched C-SPAN over the years, you do have an opportunity, and they'll be in the congressional, the House of Representatives, and they'll say that they'd like to be able to revise and extend their remarks. Well, in the sake of time, I am going to reserve the right to revise and extend my remarks, and you may watch them later on the program. So there's a number of things that we want to go over today, but I just wanted to mention specifically that the objective that we take at the City of Centreville, the philosophy that we have, is to support your business, not to be a hindrance to your business or a burden or a thing that you have to really encounter in a difficult manner. We feel that we have a responsibility to provide a safe environment for your business, for the people who visit your business, through our outstanding police department, maintain properly the roads, the bikeways. The infrastructure, this year alone, Centreville has committed over $5 million to road and infrastructure improvements in the city. Doug Spittler, Public Works Director, and Jim Brenninger, engineer, provide supportive, professional, courteous, and customer service-oriented planning services. When you bring the plans to us, they're your plans, they're not ours. It's not our business. You have to do some steps to get through to get everything done, but we do that in a professional manner, and Mark Andrick is our city planner. We also want to help you with the tools that are available from an economic development standpoint, working with the city, and that helps bring your business to Centreville or grow your business. Holly Chrisman, our Economic Development Director. And I had a couple other things I wanted to say, but I just wanted to emphasize the fact that local governments, it is absolutely crucial that they cooperate with their neighbors for success. And we've made it an effort through City Council and through city staff to participate in all sorts of activities. City Council members leading in chairs in various entities, Miami Valley Communications Council, chair of that, Vice President of Montgomery County Solid Waste Advisory Committee. John Beals is chair of the Miami Valley Regional Planning Commission. Belinda Kenley is a board member of the Ohio Municipal League. Bill Sayre is the Vice President of the First Tier Suburbs. I'm a member of the Dayton Area Mayors and Managers Association. And Joanne Rao, Mark Engert chaired, along with Holly Chrisman and Mariah Vogel's gang, the APD, or Uptown Centreville Visioning Committee. And Wayne, active support of Wayne interacting with state legislators, county officials, recognizing that it is extremely important that cooperation exists among all our partners, Greene and Montgomery County, Sugar Creek Township, Washington Township, the schools, the Park District, and the library. That creates a successful business environment, and it's a great place to live. And we're committed to doing that. So the team at the City Building just simply is not going to sit back and let things just go on cruise control and keep things exactly as they've been in the past, because in this environment you simply cannot. We're not going to sit back and hope for the best. We will be proactive. The city team will be proactive. And we make that commitment to you, the businesses and the residents in the city of Centreville, that we are excited that you are here in the city of Centreville, and we are committed to your success. And we ask you to come to us with any questions, concerns, or anything that we might do to help. So with that, with the right to revise and extend my remarks, I'm going to call up Wayne Davis, our city manager, for a couple minutes, and then Holly Chrisman, our economic development director. Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you, Mayor Compton. Thank you, everybody, for coming out this morning. So I was advised that I have about 3 minutes, so I'm now down to 174 seconds. So we're going to do this on the caffeinated approach. So buckle in and let's keep it moving, right? So, but the first thing I'm going to say is difficult to follow the speakers that we've had this morning. I mean, what a slate. So very nicely done by everybody here. Second thing I'm going to say is just an umbrella thank you. This is the way I'm not a politician. This is the way we say thank you to make sure that we don't forget anybody. So umbrella thank you to everybody for being here this morning to actually participate and I think demonstrate the commitment that you have to our community. So thank you very much for that. Now, next up is I'm going to ask you to look at your agenda and turn it to the inside cover on the left. In this very, very small print. But the reason why it's very, very small print is because we want to get all these words on there. We're not going to talk about the mission. The mission is very easy to actually read. But I am going to ask you to focus in on the values, accountability, community, economic growth, education, integrity, leadership, and responsiveness. That's a very tall order to undertake when you're delivering customer service, but City Council laid out those values for us. That's what City Council wants us to operate by. That's the moral code that we undertake as public servants, which is a very noble calling, and we take it very seriously. So what I'm asking all of you to do, I don't think I really have to ask you because I think you're all generally type A personalities. If we ever fail, at the staff level, if we ever fail at the city manager level, if we ever fail at the council level, let us know. We are accountable to those. Those aren't words. They are words, but they're much more than words. They're not fluff. They're really what we operate by in terms of our customer service at the city of Centreville. So we take them very seriously. We take all of you very seriously in our community. So I will touch on just a couple of things. I think I have 42 seconds left at this point in time, but our economic development plan isn't meant to exclude anybody, but a simple way of doing it in the 42 seconds that I have, 39 seconds now, that I have left is 3 C's and the APD. So the 3 C's stand for Cornerstone. You've heard from Sinclair, you've heard from Miami Valley. The community is really coming to Cornerstone. You've heard about Sugar Creek Township and the partnership that we have there. The community is coming there, and there's a lot of growth taking place. So we're going to have to work with Montgomery County as well, working with the Transportation Improvement District to begin to address that intersection up there at I-675 in Wilmington. But with all of that growth going on, we welcome it to the community. We just have to make sure we have a plan to effectuate that, to make sure that it's efficient up there, and that it's a value to our residents, to our businesses, and to our visitors in the city of Centreville. So that's 1 C. So the second C is Crosspoint. Crosspoint at 675 and 48, State Route 48. Fantastic. It's been here for a long, long time, and they continue to do great things. So it's one of those economic hubs for us. And we continue to work with Gail Wright, as well as the businesses within Crosspoint, and I think they're very, very successful. But connected to that are really residential pieces, the Allure, also the lofts on out further down Alex Bell. So going to be great residential opportunities, I think, for attracting more people to come into our community, ideally to become some of your workforce at your various business efforts. So that's the second C. So we've talked about Cornerstone, we've talked about Crosspoint. The third C is Centreville Place. Anybody know where Centreville Place is? Somebody, anybody, help me. The staff, you're not allowed. So in council, you're not allowed. Centreville Place is where the old Kroger's is, right? On 48. And so right now we continue to try to work a plan that was put in place by staff and city council in 2015 for a concept plan for what could possibly happen there. Nothing to report on now except for just that there continues to be a very, very solid plan that was put together, and ideally that will come to fruition too. So the third part, so we got the 3 C's covered, the APD, Architectural Preservation District. We just concluded last night under Holly Chrisman's leadership, working with 14 members of the community, including a Centreville High School student, laying out a vision and strategies for what we can do to enhance the Architectural Preservation District. And that really hurts to say that, just because it's so many syllables to get through on that. So one of the things that came out of that visioning process was we're going to begin calling the Architectural Preservation District Uptown Centreville. We're going to call it Uptown Centreville because it's actually the highest point in Montgomery County, and it's much easier to say than the APD. So we have business development built in, we've got events built in, and we've got parking built into our initial strategies that we plan to carry out. So great things are taking place in Centreville thanks to all of you. So our pledge is to adhere to the values that we have in place, to continue to support businesses and welcome businesses into the community. So thank you very much for being part of our wonderful community.
Good morning. For those of you that haven't met me yet, I'm Holly Chrisman, Economic Development Administrator, and I'm going to talk for less than 2 minutes, I promise. We can get to the business awards. But I just want to give a couple of concrete examples of both what the mayor and Wayne Davis just spoke about in terms of the philosophy of economic development in the city of Centreville. So I think it was in late October, Wayne and the mayor and city council really wanted to look at the vision of economic development in particular and say, we really want to generate new ideas, we want to investigate new programs, we want to try new things. And so we received a call from a property owner in, I think it was October, and they said, hey, we want to try this thing called PACE, which is Property Assessed Clean Energy. And so I said, okay, we can look into that. So I run over to Wayne's office. Hey, have we ever done PACE in the city of Centreville? Nope. Okay. And Wayne and I talked about it. Neither one of us had ever done it before. We immediately called Scott Lieberman, our attorney. He's like, yeah, no, we've never done it. But, and I quote Wayne Davis, let's figure it out. And so I think within, was it 3 weeks, Wayne? I think it was in 3 weeks, we had all of the necessary legal documentation to help this property owner access innovative financing to fund energy improvements at their property. I don't think, I'm going to just put a claim down that that's the fastest that's ever been done in Ohio. Let's just say that, because it was an amazing team effort, and I can't thank Wayne and City Council and the mayor's leadership enough to try this new program, and to thank Scott Lieberman, who I don't know how many hours you worked on that, Scott, but we got it done, and we're ready for the next project now. So we look forward to that. That's just one example of this new vision under the mayor, city council, and city manager Wayne Davis, that we're starting to look at new and innovative ways we can help businesses. And the last thing I want to say is we also have great partners with Montgomery County, especially the Economic Development Office has been a lifesaver for me personally. And we recently were awarded an EDGE grant. The city was on behalf of Reliable Electric, who is going to be doing an expansion at their business. Where's Reliable? There you are. So I say those two there's so many more examples I could share about the exciting things that are happening here, but those are two that just show you that don't be afraid to pick up the phone and call us with an idea. We may not be able to do it, but what we can guarantee you is we'll look into it and we'll learn as much as we can and get back to you as soon as possible. So with that, thank you all again for being here and being a part of the city. We love that you're here, and we want to help you grow and thrive. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to the mayor to announce our Business of the Year awards.
Yes. Thank you, Holly. You can see why we're so pleased with the efforts of Economic Development Department of Holly and Wayne and the city team. They're really doing a terrific job. Very, very pleased with the direction that's being taken. We started something new this year, and this will take just a couple minutes. We solicited nominations for Business of the Year in the city of Centreville. We received a number of nominations, and we broke it down into 3 different areas: a large business, small business, and then community partner. And what each of the businesses are going to receive is, the city has a tree. It's the red horse chestnut tree. It's a city tree. And city staff, did we tell Doug and Jim about this? But the city staff will be working to plant the tree for the winners at an appropriate location, so each will get that. But first, I want to go through the large business first. And this organization provides residential and personal services to help individuals achieve stability in their lives. It is one of our largest employers and operates 3 programs here on its campus: Bethany Village, Grace Works at Home, and Enhanced Living at Home. Earlier this year, they celebrated the grand opening of Crescent Crossing, assisted living at Bethany Village, and that was a $40 million expansion. 60 employees were added to their staff, support for building through nursing, food service, housekeeping, and more renovations are underway at the Bethany campus. I'm honored, on behalf of the City of Centreville, the council, and the team at the city building, I'm honored to present this award to GraceWorks Lutheran Services. We are so fortunate to have an organization in our city that lives by its vision of being a leader in offering services and settings that inspire and support a sense of home when people experience challenging and changing circumstances related to aging in their lives and living with disabilities. GraceWorks Lutheran Services, we congratulate you. Judy's the new executive director over there, and Judy, we're so pleased that you are the new executive director. You've been there for a long time and doing a terrific job, so thank you very much. Next is the small business. The Small Business of the Year had a number of nominations. Is Minuteman Press of Centreville. It's a family-owned business. It's family-owned and operated. It's a full-service printing business that has been in business for more than 18 years. The nominator of Minuteman said, "The Minuteman Press is not simply a printing company. While their service level and attention to detail is amazing, they also support the community in many ways. Minuteman Press prides itself on working closely with nonprofits on a budget to help with both printing and design needs." Congratulations to Minuteman Press. And our Community Partner of the Year, this is a family business. They've been an icon in our community for over 52 years. It supports our entire community, the schools, the police, fire, nonprofits. How many children has this family business raised funds for over the years to send an ill child on a special wish? How many children has this family business provided lunch and afternoons of fun at Chevy Chase Apartments with kickball with the entire Bill's Donuts family? Oh, I gave it away. Okay, good away. Police officers, city council members, and city staff employees during the summer. If you do that, be careful. You will be sore for the next several weeks. How many hurricane victims have been supported by this one family business in Centreville? The answer to each of those questions is well into the hundreds, if not the thousands. It should be no surprise that we received a nomination for Bill's Donuts as the Community Partner of the Year. And we simply could not have had the first Community Partner of the Year at the Mayor's Breakfast not be Bill's Donuts. Not only because they make the best donuts of the nation, they're not second or third, they are the best, but because Bill's brings our community together. Now, they started a new program the other day with a drive-through operation, but Mark has said that they didn't apply for a permit for that, but it's coming. But we all know that it's like Old Home Week when you go into Bill's. We see our neighbors more, I think, in Bill's than we probably see them in our neighborhood. They provide the community with an opportunity to meet our police officers every year with coffee and donuts with the cop. How many of you have struck up a friendship or reestablished a friendship waiting in the short lines at Bill's Donuts to get donuts? And who doesn't have a favorite donut, and who doesn't make a suggestion as to what that favorite donut is to your friends and your neighbors? As the nominator said, Lisa and Jim and the entire Bill's Donuts family do all of their volunteering with little to no recognition, nor do they expect any recognition. They are the kindest and most community-oriented people one would ever find. The city continues to be grateful to have such a community partner in Bill's Donuts and the family that is Bill's Donuts. Congratulations and thank you, the Elam family, Bill's Donuts family, for all that you do to the community and being the outstanding community partner and the winner of the Community Partner of the Year for City of Centreville. Bill's Donuts. We do have, for each of the winners, we do have a plaque for you to take from the business breakfast today. So before we wrap up, I really want to thank all of you, the city staff and the team, for putting this event together, all of you for being here, and all that you do for our community. You make Centreville a successful community. We appreciate the cooperative spirit of the other governmental entities who are here today. We look forward to working with all of you in the future. Thank you very much for being here today, and the city team will be up here to answer any questions. We look forward to seeing you next year. Successful business.